We have safety concerns to the welfare of the residents of these type of facilities. This bylaw would help to identify the locations within the town and by requiring yearly inspections of the premises to help ensure the adequacy of living conditions for the safety and well-being for the occupants. There are different sets of rules pertaining to all of these different functions. So boarding, lodging, rooming houses, group homes, sober homes, and halfway and recovery houses. And the chief and I strongly feel that somehow some of the regulations may be getting circumvented by some of these definitions. And by getting into these buildings and being able to at least see what the conditions are like, trying to make sure that they have proper egress, proper smoke detectors, from the Board of Health side, that the living conditions are, meeting the minimum standards. So we don't really have a set of guidelines as to, which is it? Is it a sober home? Is it a boarding house? Is it a lodging home? I won't even get into Airbnb because that's a totally different animal, but we feel that they're slipping through the cracks and that we can't protect these people who may be transient in nature, don't know their surroundings, and they're, living or lodging in unsafe conditions.
These are very important entities within the town, right? Because they do a good service for certain people within our community. We want to make sure that they're safe. We know of at least 4 or 5 right now today that exist in our community. They have between 5 and 6 to as many as 19 people in some of these buildings. And the only reason why we know of these buildings is because we have been going there for medical emergencies or a fire. We've had 2 fires in sober homes over the past couple of years. One was a very small one, but it was set. And the other one was the major one in downtown where we lost 2 buildings. If you look at these buildings, they're in neighborhoods that the houses are very close. So you've got taxpayers on either side, and we want to make sure that their properties are safe by following with these codes, these guidelines, and sprinkler and fire alarm systems in there.
So in regards to sober homes, there's only MASH that has any kind of certification in the state. And a lot of people have been setting up throughout Massachusetts sober homes, not with the intent to protect and help this vulnerable population, but to make money from them. So this would also help for us to regulate and make sure that the intent for a sober home is to provide a safe habitat for somebody during recovery.
Thank you.
I make a motion to refer measure 2022-013 to the bylaw subcommittee.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Simmons, second. Mr. Reynolds, any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor to refer to bylaw, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes 6-0.